Well, by now you know, not only did I fly home first class from London to Chattanooga, but you also know that I got home without my bag. Now, I've had a few people ask me in the comments to the post that I made, I thought you said you weren't going to check a bag. That's true. I have learned never to check a bag when I am flying to my destination. I will put a link to a video at the end of this video over on my new Retired Me channel for the trip to Rome, where I learned that lesson a very, very hard way. So if you've never watched that video, it might be fun to watch. And you'll also hear how I was almost arrested at the Vatican City. But that's another story. Um, but coming home, occasionally I will check my bag because I'm not really that worried. Oh, this is this is falling. Let me pull this back up. I'm not really that worried about whether my bag is late or not because, it's full of dirty clothes. There might be a little bit of equipment in there that I don't need anymore, that kind of stuff. But in this particular case, I thought I would just tell you what happened to uh, why I couldn't get my video uploaded this morning, which would be yesterday morning by the time you're watching this. So, anyway, I'm on my way to the airport.
Please take the parking ticket. Please enter following the guidance.
I'm here just a little bit early. It is, I don't even know what time it is anymore. It's about 10 till 9. The plane that has my luggage is supposed to be here about 5 after 9. So maybe by 9:15 or so, it'll come through the luggage carousel. So this is kind of what happened. Yesterday, and my flight from London to Atlanta was delayed. And typically, when I check a bag home, I have my carry-on, which is basically my personal item, the PacSafe bag. It has all of my rechargeable battery things. My razor's in there, my camera batteries are in there, my Pocket 3's in there. They tell you not to pack anything that's going to be checked on board that's a rechargeable battery. It's a fire hazard. Well, my laptop was in the bag, and in the bag that I was going to check, but it was really only in there for me to carry it into the airport. My original intention was that I would pull it out of the bag when I went to check the bag. But I got bored at the hotel and I got to the airport about 4 hours early. And I wasn't really thinking. And I went and checked the bag, left the laptop in the bag, went through security, which was like a breeze, didn't have any trouble at all with security at the London airport. And then I made my way to the Virgin Atlantic Lounge, which, I sort of had it in my head. I've never been to one before. I only got this one because I bought a first class ticket. Otherwise, I wouldn't be allowed in. This must be really someplace really special. So I went in, I got a little food, and I went to sit down, and I thought, well, I'll work on my video. But I have no laptop. So I went ahead and ate my food, and then I went back up to the desk at the entrance to the lounge, and this very nice gentleman was there to wait on me. And I explained to him my situation. I said, "Look, I just need to know where the nearest Delta help desk is, because I probably need to pull my laptop off the plane." And, he proceeded to say, well, I really can't help you with Delta because we're not, look, I don't need you to help me with Delta. I just need to know where the Delta help desk is so that I don't waste a lot of time. I'll just go there. I'll work on it there. And he said, So he asked me again what what I was trying to do. And he said, let me make a phone call. You leave it with me. You go have a seat back in the lounge. Enjoy a drink if you want to. I'll call you over the intercom when I have some information. Okay. So they called me in about 10 or 15 minutes. I went back up again and he said, so here's the situation. He said, if you absolutely have to have your laptop, if it's just absolutely important that you have your laptop, we can get your laptop, but it's already in a secure location. It's already waiting to be boarded on the plane. You can't go in there. He said, I will go down personally and get it. Now, he doesn't work for my airline. He's just the guy at the lounge desk. But he said, I will go down there personally. I will make sure that we get your bag. We'll get it. We'll get it all taken care of. But if you don't absolutely necessarily have to have it, then they said, don't worry about it. Just leave it on the bag. And I was like, well, okay, we're just going to leave it in the bag because I didn't want to bother him. And my thought was, when I get to Atlanta, I've got about an hour and a half, and I know I have to get my bag off the carousel, and then I have to re-put it in another carousel to be checked onto the plane to Chattanooga. Why they do this, I have no idea. But because my plane was so late, by the time I landed, I had about 35 minutes to get my bag, go through passport. Well, actually, I went through passport control first, then to get my bag, and then to go through TSA again, and then to change terminals and go find my plane. That is not enough time in the Atlanta airport. And so I had to make a choice. I could grab my bag and not recheck it, or I could just go ahead and check it and have more freedom to get through the airport to get to where I was going. And I decided to go ahead and leave my bag checked. Unfortunately, because we were on such a tight window, they couldn't get it on my plane. Now, the Delta app tells me exactly where the bag is, so I knew going into it, my bag was not going to be on the plane. It already told me that it had been expedited to a Monday morning flight. Okay. But then it hit me. I can't just go home and edit my video because I've already started the edit of the video on the laptop and all my files are on the laptop. So anyway, that is the story of yesterday. Now, today, this is really, it's an explanation video, but it's also just a way to show you don't have to go through a lot of hoops to make a video for YouTube. I've got my phone on my regular holder that I have it on when I'm using my phone to play music in the car. I do have a microphone, but I don't need the microphone sitting in here. I could do just as much without it. You don't have to do a lot of editing. You don't have to do a lot of moving the camera. You don't have to go through all the rigmarole that I usually go through on this channel because I'm learning how to do something totally different. But to just make a video for YouTube, this is it. You just record it. You might make a couple of cuts because I've coughed a couple of times, cleared my throat a couple of times. Post it and move on. Anybody can be on YouTube and be successful. Anybody. So what's stopping you? Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.